based around shadow work. So if you are not quite in a place where you want to delve into those kinds of topics, I would suggest that you find another tarot reading. I have a list in the description box. It's a playlist with lots of other readings, so you can always go there. For those who are interested in a shadow work tarot reading, we have 3 piles to choose from tonight. This is pile 1 or group 1, pile 2 or group 2, and pile 3 or group 3. So you can choose a pile based on the number, or you can choose based on the crystal. Pile 1 has this piece of rose quartz. Pile 2 has this piece of mortarite. And pile 3 has this piece of smoky quartz. So feel free to soften your gaze, broaden your vision, and try to feel which of these 3 piles is calling your attention. I will leave timestamps down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose pile 1, or the pile with this piece of rose quartz. So we'll place that right up here. Alright, so we'll get started up here with what you show the world and move through the rest of the reading. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the 7 of Cups. You are projecting a lot of luck, a lot of good fortune, a knack for going with the flow. Yeah, projecting that you are unbothered by life's ups and downs, and for you it's mostly ups. There's a creative or generative quality to you. Yeah, others see you as creative, even as someone with boundless creativity, someone who always has a plan. And there's this idea of you as someone who draws a lot of eyes when you walk into a room, like you're often sought after. So there's this idea broadly of things working out in your favor all of the time. And there's also an image here of many opportunities, like the world is your oyster. Everywhere you look, you see possibilities, and good things fall into your lap, fall from the sky. You want others to see you as unbothered, lucky, maybe wealthy also. also. It's like there's a little bit of that whole like I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it kind of energy here. And everything coming easily to you. These things may or may not be true of you, but either way, this is how you present to others. This is what you show to others. And it's also the full extent of that which you show. Like it's a little slick, a little smooth, no edges. It's like fortified, possibly protective or defensive. It's a very beautiful, alluring presentation. It's a very smooth presentation that kind of sits up high on the surface. So let's get a little deeper here. We have the Two of Pentacles and Death. So this presentation requires a lot of balance. It's quite literally a balancing act. And it seems untenable. Like it requires a lot of control, a lot of effort, and you hide the effort, but the effort takes its toll. You're tired, but you'll never let it show, kind of a thing. It's exhausting. Keeping it up exhausts you, but you may feel like you have no choice. Like if you don't, if you're not this shiny person, people won't want to spend time with you, or they'll care less about what you do or what you say. They'll pay less attention to you. Maybe they will love you less, possibly. That's the fear, right? So that's part of it. Then there's this other fear, maybe literally of death, but more to the point, I think, for this reading, there's a fear you carry of the unknown. Fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty. You have a really tight grip on everything, and you feel safe when you're in control. So you make sure you're in control at all costs. And the cards are suggesting a lack of tolerance for uncertainty, a lack of tolerance for lasting change, for inevitable change. But life is full of uncertainty and change, so you try to avoid that by running around and putting it all back together and putting things in their places, running around placing things where you like them, which is, like a representation or a manifestation of this inflexibility. You don't trust the outcomes, so you make the outcomes. You don't trust things to go your way. You don't trust others to make the decisions you want them to make. You don't trust others to see things the way you want them to, which is really just another way to say that you don't trust yourself. There might be a lack of trust in your ability to respond to life or a given situation as it unfolds. So, because of that, you stay very, very busy trying to influence and control the outcomes. But yeah, you make a secret of your effort, and you fear the unknown. Okay, going a little deeper over here now, we have the Eight of Pentacles and Strength. Yeah, totally. I feel like this is just really echoing what I said above, what I said here, and underscoring it. As far as coping mechanisms go, there is a sense of mastery here. Again, like I'm getting the image of a clenched fist and a tight smile kind of thing. Controlling things, doing everything in order. To cope, you make systems and sense of the world through perpendicular and parallel lines. Even when the thing in question is like it should be a wild thing of beauty, like an organic thing growing effusively or out of control, right? You're still pulling everything into systems and like perpendicular and parallel lines to cope. And perhaps there's a tendency to try to dominate situations, to force the outcome you desire, the outcome you hope for. And like in doing that, in dominating the situation or controlling it, it's like the project is to tame uncertainty, tame these uncertainties, tame this wild beast of uncertainty. If something starts to fall away from you, you press it back together. You press it tighter and tighter. Or if something starts to grow wildly or organically in its own way, you try to guide it, you try to predict it, to cultivate it, to direct it. And like this, you lose a lot of the messy, vulnerable beauty that gives life its texture. Your tendency to want to have control is the defense mechanism. And the obstacle is that you're good at it, that you're good at that kind of control. The obstacle too is that talent or that ability gets in your own way. So, how to move forward, how to integrate your shadow or transform it. We have the star. It's a really beautiful card for this placement. There's a suggestion in this card to show your softer side, to show some vulnerability. It's like you don't have to solve something before you report it. You don't have to solve the puzzle before you share it. It's not a requirement that something be solved or resolved. Yeah. It's not a requirement that something be resolved before it is shared. People you trust, or people you want to trust, people you want to get closer to, you can let them in on the process before the resolution or the solution. You can let them in on the process. You can let them in midway. You can show them what you don't have figured out, and it won't make them think less of you. In fact, they will regard you more highly because they'll understand you better, and you'll feel more real to them, and their care will grow because of that. And this card is also about taking care of yourself too, being gentle with yourself, accepting yourself, allowing yourself to be as you are. you is worthy, not just what is smooth and cool and easy. All of you is worthy. All of life is worthy, not just what makes a nice and tidy story. Okay, and then some final words of wisdom. I have these pre-pulled oracle cards from you, or pre-pulled oracle cards for you. So we have catalyst and invocation. To integrate your shadow here, there's some, I feel like these are extra tools for you, right? You can find a mantra that you like. Find a mantra that you like and repeat it. Repeat it, repeat it. Find a safe person, someone you trust. Yeah, a safe person, someone you trust, someone who you can open up to. Start small and see what happens. There's some kind of other message here too, which is that this person will likely reveal themselves to you through some kind of notable event or encounter. Like, you will know who you can trust by the way they react to something outside of or beyond you. And once you've identified them as a safe person or a potentially safe person, you can connect. You can show them other sides of yourself. You can practice letting them in and build on it. Practice letting people in and practice letting people see that which is still unknown to you, which is really just another name for your vulnerability, right? And look for this person if you don't already know who it is. Watch the way people react to other situations, and then bring them in if you feel that they're worthy or something like that. If you feel like they're available for your trust. I hope that makes sense. Okay, group 1, I'm gonna leave your reading here. This looks so beautiful all together. I hope you got something out of this reading. If you did, feel free to let me know down below. You can just comment if you like your favorite fruit, an emoji of your favorite fruit, to let me know it resonated with you, or you can add more if you like. I hope you are doing super, super, super well, and if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. This is the reading for group 2, pile 2, or the pile, with this piece of demortarite. So I'll just put that up here. We are going to get started today with these cards, which represent what you show to the world, and then we'll move through the reading from there. So, we have the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Empathy, emotional fulfillment, reciprocity. The outer world sees you as kind, loving, and always willing to help. I get the sense that you are very good at making others feel good about themselves or about any issues they might be having. You always know what to say. You give them a shoulder to cry on. You give them a listening ear. They come to you for advice because it looks like you have everything figured out. You appear content, fair-minded, discerning. It's like you're discerning with kindness, discerning but with a degree of softness. Like, you don't have hard edges. You inspire trust in others, a lot of trust in others. And there's an idea that this is all in balance, that there's a give and take here, or that by helping you are fulfilled. But it's not entirely false, but it's more of an idea than a reality. Perhaps you take less than you give. You present as though being in service to others gives you energy, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it takes energy from you, or time from you, or your peace from you that you can't get back. If you are selective about who you help, then you are fulfilled by it. And or on the other hand, if you help out of impulse or necessity or habit or obligation, then you are drained by it. But you don't let on. Okay, going deeper now into what is maybe behind that. We have the Seven of Pentacles and Six of Cups. So, so there's like a return on investment here. This is about pure intentions. In a way, it's like there's a suggestion here that as much as you love helping, you also love knowing that you're needed. Or you love knowing what's going on in other people's lives. And that's a natural thing to want to know, to be a bit nosy. It's not wrong, but it does complicate the more like altruistic perception others have of you, the perception of the ways in which you help. There's like a selfless kind of aura surrounding you, which again is not untrue, but it's not the whole picture. Because you also get something out of helping others. What you get is being needed, or it's knowing others' secrets, which is fun, or it's collecting information somehow, or being like the feeling you get for being approached for your take on things, people wanting to know what you think, people trusting your judgment. Yeah, so there's like a sense of enjoyment here, a complication to your intentions, or like there's an enjoyment of being relied upon or of being in the know. And so this is a role that you enjoy. It's mostly out of the goodness of your heart, I think, but it's not solely out of the goodness of your heart. And that is not a problem as long as you acknowledge it. again, this part of the spread represents what you're hiding or what you're repressing. So it's important to take a look at this side of the coin. You give, but you also get something from it. It's like you like to see what's behind the curtain, or you like to understand how it works, how people work, how people think, how the situation is unfolding. You like that knowledge, I think. So, 9 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so going deeper, like obstacles or defense mechanisms, we have, this is an interesting pairing. I want to say maybe a defense mechanism is keeping things moving and being needed so you don't have time to think about yourself. And somehow that protects you from yourself. Like, if everything is about other people, then you're protected somehow, protected from your fears, protected from your anxieties, from your own problems. There could be a fear of loneliness, maybe, a fear that if people don't need you, it might feel like you don't exist. Okay, or like a similar but different way to say it is like, without this busyness, you would have too much time to think about yourself, about your future, about your own crises and problems. And this is the defense mechanism. By giving yourself over to others, you make it about them and not about you. It's like, as long as you're busy helping them, you're not responsible for helping yourself. That's like the idea of the operation. And I'm feeling like in your own life, there's something possibly that is barely held together. And there's a desire to avoid looking at it. Or maybe you can recognize a pattern where you've been falling into the same hole over and over and over again, not really learning the lesson that's being presented to you. Alongside that, there's a sense also of trying to build ties to people who can help you later on, perhaps, of building up favors to call upon later. And like, maybe you won't ever really cash out, but it's a way to soothe your anxiety. Like, if you can help others now, they'll owe you later. It's like a shoring up of favors. And so there's a little bit of a transactional nature to it, to your willingness to help. Like, you're very understandably trying to protect your own long-term security. And I wonder why there's such a feeling of aloneness. I wonder why you don't trust that people would genuinely want to help you of their own accord. Which, now that I'm saying it, aren't really rhetorical questions. I think those are questions worth asking yourself that maybe you haven't considered before. Sitting with those questions and like gently exploring the answers. So now how to move forward, how to integrate your shadow or transform it. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So she, to me, is all about generosity, like real, generous care. I think this card is an invitation to find ways to give without strings attached, to tap into a more nurturing nature. Like you already have it in you, but to really tap into your most encouraging, charitable, generous self. Yeah, and you have it in you. You're an empath, you're helpful, you have a kind heart. It's just a matter of loosening the strings a bit, giving just to give without keeping track of what you're owed. And if you pay attention, you can tell the difference, right? When you're giving from the heart, you will feel energized. And when you're giving from the books, we'll say, where you're like keeping track of everything in the books, you will feel drained. So by paying attention to that, you can start to integrate the shadow and transform it. All the love and kindness and the empathy is there. It just needs a little like buffing or polishing, or more like a clearing away of cobwebs or like of the constraints that have accumulated around it. Clearing away the tit for tat. Alright, and then we have some final words of wisdom from these pre-pulled oracle cards. Okay, we have primordial, and arrows. It's very interesting how these mirror almost one another. And they're both forward facing in the flower, which I feel like is a good thing. It's very future focused. And I feel the message here is one about finding pleasure in your own life so that you depend less on finding pleasure in the lives of others and in helping others. Finding pleasure in your own life, in your own goings on. Finding pleasure in day-to-day activities. Finding ways to feel more embodied. And maybe going back to basics a bit, like good food, nourishing food, going on walks, being in nature. I think also looking for similarities between yourself and others, looking for connections between you and the world. And also loving your body, which is this amazing organic vessel. It's something that is given to us, that is our very first gift. So almost like cherishing your body as, the first of all gifts and the greatest of all gifts might be a good place to start for tapping back into yourself and strengthening that connection first before pouring out to others and finding that generosity with yourself. Thinking of your body and your life as a gift in the most basic sense, like the most elemental sense. Okay, group 2, I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you found this reading useful. If you did, feel free to let me know down below. You can just comment your favorite flower, an emoji of your favorite favorite flower if you like, or feel free to add more if you prefer. I love to hear from you. I hope you are doing super, super, super well, and if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you picked pile 3 or the pile with this piece of smoky quartz. So we'll just put that up here. And we're gonna get started today up here, which is the part of the reading representing what you show the world. So we'll start there and then move through the rest of the reading. We have the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So, in terms of what you present to the world, there's this idea of you as like a success or a will-be success. An idea of you as a hard worker and someone who's very ambitious. You come off to others as a high achiever, someone with a lot of ambition and talent, someone who knows exactly what direction you're going in, and people might be a little envious of that because you have a lot of clarity. It's like from day one you've known your life's calling or like your vocation. You're also known for getting results. You are known for being decisive. That's what others see in you. Someone who knows exactly what they want and who knows how to get it. And I'm also getting something about you being like a smooth talker or a really good communicator. You can get what you want by talking about it. You have a talent for getting other people to agree with you, maybe. And also, there's this idea of you as someone who always has a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of possibility for growth. Like you're not scared of taking a little risk. And people, like they may see you as having like really strong focus, but they also trust your judgment. Strong focus in a tunnel vision way, and yet they trust your judgment. They see you as fearless and committed, dedicated to your chosen path. I think of you as going places, as someone who will make something of themselves or who already has. Okay, so now getting deeper into it, we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So that's how others view you, but it seems like you feel somewhat differently. You have some confidence in yourself, but not seemingly not the same amount as everyone else. And that difference or disparity is something you try to hide. Sometimes you act braver than you feel. Yeah, there's some fear here, like doubting yourself or doubting your ability to follow through. Wondering if you have what it takes to follow through on your ambitions. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you worry that you'll only last as long as it feels like an adventure. You have a worry that when the going gets tough, you'll lose your spark or your enthusiasm and you won't be able to get it back. And everything will fall through your fingers. That's the fear. And coupled with that, there's a fear that, like, you won't be able to shoulder the burden, because there's a burden here too. Feeling burdened by the work you're doing or the work that you will have to do to achieve all this. You feel an aversion to the long road ahead, and you try to hide that. You have a worry or fear that the hard work is going to deter you, and that the hard work is going to weigh you down. This is such a heavy load. There's a fear that you're not up to the challenge, that you can't shoulder the burden. And if you can't, then everyone's going to think of you differently. That's the fear. So, King of Wands and King of Swords, two kings. So this part of the spread is about coping mechanisms. When you're tired or fearful, you can become very unyielding. When you're worried, you become inflexible. And inwardly, you're very strict with yourself. Yeah, when you feel further away from your dream, from your goal or your dream, you draw very tight parameters around yourself. You make a schedule, you make a regimen, you press yourself so thin. And so that's one way of coping. And another is relying really heavily on your communication skills, on your talent for talking. Whenever you feel inferior or vulnerable, you smooth things over by talking yourself up to others. When you do that, you can make everything sound exactly as you like. You can be very convincing, and you use that as a kind of shield or defense mechanism to cover your failings or your inadequacies, real or perceived. It's like there's divots, and you talk it all smooth, and it's effortless for you. You don't think about it much, you don't think twice, and maybe that's your biggest obstacle here, is that half the time you don't even know you're doing it. And by doing it, I mean like twisting things this way or that so that they appear as you want them to appear. So it could be worth tracking that alone, like, when am I twisting things and why? Then we're going to look at how to integrate your shadow or transform it and move forward. we have temperance. So there's a need for moderation, a need for balance. In essence, you're too hard on yourself. Your shadow side grows in the dark. It grows in the dark and it grows under pressure. And you're too hard on yourself. So the task is to lighten the load a bit, lessen your demands on yourself, lessen your grip over yourself. Don't be so strict. You will get farther by going at a human pace. I think that sounds weird, but like a human pace. It's like you've been asking of yourself superhuman things. And if you go at a human pace, not only will you not burn out or not lose your spark, but this natural ability, this drive that other people see so clearly in you, this ambition that you have and this fearlessness will stay with you. It will have staying power and it will accompany you and lead you onward. Lead you onward in the direction of your goal, in the direction of your dream. And by going at a human pace, you will go much further than you thought possible, and that much further than would otherwise be possible. Alright, then we're going to bring in some final words of wisdom here from these two pre-pulled oracle cards. So we have Tend and Usher. You're being encouraged to tend to yourself as you would a plant. Don't overwater it. Don't burn the leaves with too much sun. More water is not necessarily better. More sun is not necessarily better. It can't use all that water at once, and it can't use all that sun at once. Those things in excess will kill it. So go slowly. Go slowly. Go gently towards your goals. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And there's like this image of like, by going slowly, you will make a little room. And in that room, you will have the space you need to usher in all of your gifts, your goals, your dreams. It's like a little room that you will fill with all of your talent and all of the fruits of your labor. Through gentleness, though. Tending to your dreams, not through excess, but through moderation. And going slowly so you can go further. Okay, alright, group 3. I'm gonna leave your reading there. I hope this reading was useful to you in one way or another. If it resonated with you, please feel free to let me know down below. You can share whatever you like, or you can just comment your favorite celestial emoji, let's say, like a sun, a moon, a cloud, a lightning bolt, a planet, to let me know that this reading in particular spoke to you. I hope you are doing super, super, super well, and if you're not, that is okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night,